Hey everybody, it's me, Tim, and I'm back with a video. This time I wanted to talk to you about Halion and just do a basic overview of some of the features and the benefits of this plugin and how it might compare to similar VST plugins that are out there. So real quick, we'll get started. So Halion is a VST made by Steinberg in conjunction with Yamaha. And it has been out for quite some time, at least over 10 years. And when it started out, um, it was under a different product name, Hypersonic. Hypersonic was the plugin, and at the time when Hypersonic was out, it was basically like a Rompler-esque type of plugin, where it just gave you a multitude of different sounds to choose from, kind of like a plug-in version of a Korg Triton, a Yamaha motif, but without the ability per se to like fully sculpt your sounds. With Halion 6, their current version, they provide sample-based synthesis, granular synthesis. As you can see there, wavetable synthesis. They also give you analog modeling synthesis and organ modeling synthesis. So they give you a boatload of different sound engines that you can use. And one thing that I like about Halion, I'll get it out the gate, is that Halion, unlike other sampler VSTs, will allow you to record from within the VST itself. So I don't have to open up another application, record something, bounce it off, and then, after I bounce it off, open it up in this plugin and then pull up the sound and start working with it. I can just, hit record, have my instrument plugged in and ready to go, and it will record everything in the VST itself. So it actually kind of behaves like a real sampler. It will also give you the ability to, well, not it will give you, it has the ability to record all of your stuff and place all of your notes throughout the keyboard for you. So, like if I was recording a guitar and, I'm strumming my notes, strum my note E first, and then B, and then, just keep going until I'm done getting all the notes that I want. Once I'm done and I hit stop on recording, it will automatically place all of those notes on the scale, on the keyboard, so to speak, for you. I don't have to necessarily go back and place those notes in the spot. It does it for you, and that's huge on, saving time, because that's one less thing you got to worry about. So that's a pretty nice feature. And again, the fact that it actually lets you record in the software itself and you don't need to open up another application is nice. So yeah, they give you a lot to utilize out the gate. One thing I will say, now I'm using Halion 6, so I got the full version. Halion 6 basically allows you the ability, you got a bunch of sounds here that you can use, but you also have the ability to essentially, they give you the tools to make your own third-party libraries that you can distribute to people. You can make your own, you can essentially make your own VST, and it'll be wrapped inside the Halion GUI, which can be fairly extensive. So like they made this, and it's nothing fancy, but they give you a decent amount to choose from, and they give you a decent amount of parameters to manipulate. But you can go in and, if I wanted to build a 3 oscillator version of Anima, or just a 3 oscillator wavetable synthesizer, I can do that. If I wanted to build a 4 oscillator granular synthesizer, this will give you the tools you need to do that, because of its features. So yeah, when you edit, I have not looked through all of these. Again, I'm fairly new to playing with this, but it's just a lot of stuff here that they will allow you to adjust, which is nice because, again, it's giving you everything you need to build your own instrument out the gate. So that's nice. So it's pretty deep in terms of how much control you get for, your sounds. Oh man, I did it again. All right. So now the next one is Halion Sonic. Halion Sonic, very much. Let's switch up the instruments. Here I got the piano. Halion Sonic, very much like Halion 6, with the exception of the fact you don't have the ability to make third-party libraries and distribute them. So you don't have the ability to make like your own macros and set up your own, synthesizer, or build your own GUI or things like that. But Halion Sonic will give you access to whatever instruments that you have already, loaded up. So, I got these because I got Halion, obviously. But let's say you got a couple of third-party instruments. Halion Sonic, pardon me, gives you the ability to manipulate, the GUI, and it pretty much will handle itself like your own not virtual analog, but your own digital synthesizer with whatever parameters that are provided. All right, so yeah, and you can select your filters. You can turn it on and off. You can, all the stuff that you normally would be able to access in your standard, sample base or your standard libraries for music production. Sonic will allow you to do that. You just don't have the option of building your own VST or building your own library. So you can scope your sounds in these products however you like. You can add multiple. They give you up to 16. So you can add multiple sounds and stack and layer and come up with all sorts of wonderful and lavish patches. You just can't, basically, you get everything but the ability to build your own sounds. And thus, they don't give you the ability to record. I don't think that's in this version. So you don't get that. The last one is Halion SE, and that one is free. Let me go back here, just so I can show you a basic version, even though I don't have SE. Give me the macro. So let's say you had Halion SE. Halion SE is free. And so what you would get in Halion SE is an interface that's like this. And you could load up your instrument, you can play it. You get some parameters that you can manipulate. You get a basic GUI, but it's nice. It's free. Like Halion Sonic SE. It's free. They give you a good amount of sounds to use. You can handle it like any other rompler, so to speak. So, you know, for guys who are influenced by like the Nexus and the what's that plugin? Heat Up 3, like those type of plugins that have ready-made good sounding sounds and patches, and you just want to play. You don't want to worry about tweaking a whole bunch of knobs. Halion Sonic SE is the move for you. And there are quite a few libraries that are compatible. Like if you buy a library that's like for Halion 6 or Halion Sonic, oftentimes they'll also be compatible with SE. So you'll be able to, even if you just got this, you can use those third-party libraries in this device. And again, I don't know if I got the right one. Shame on me. I gotta go back here. I don't know what instrument I picked, but that is in Halion. So yeah, that's pretty much it. How does it compare to Contact? Because that would probably be most people's question. How does it compare to Contact? Contact doesn't give you as many options for sculpting your sound. So Contact will give you wavetable synthesis, their version of granular synthesis, and which is in the time stretch engine, and they'll give you now wavetable synthesis. And so that's pretty dope. And they allow, sheesh. No, they don't. I was gonna mess up. They give you basically like 3 forms of, sound manipulation or sound sculpting abilities that you can use. Whereas Halion gives you more. You get an analog modeling engine as opposed to samples only. You can do samples in Halion. You can do wavetable synthesis in Halion, but you can also do the organ modeling and the analog modeling synthesis. Can't do that the same way in Contact. Contact, I believe, gives you more filters and more filter options. So there's that. And Contact, obviously, most people who mess with anything in the music realm knows that Contact is pretty much the industry standard, and there are hordes of libraries to choose from. So yeah, how do they? And I would say, by Contact being a more popular brand, there are just a lot more libraries out there, and a lot of people probably find it more easier to use as a result. Whereas Halion didn't really start opening up its devices to be, a third party, for third party developers. You didn't really see that till about 2015, 2016 with this latest version. So, Halion will give you a little bit more. It's more flexible in certain areas, but Contact's been out longer. If you own Contact and you're curious about Halion, they have a cross-grade price that they allow. And usually if you catch them on sale, like in the beginning of the year, Halion or a bunch of their other plugins that Steinberg has, sometimes like around the beginning of the year, they'll have a special sale. And so you can get that stuff at a reduced price. And if you have something like Omnisphere or you have something like Contact already, they'll give you an additional discount. So yeah, Halion 6, I think Halion 6, in my opinion, is one of the best VSTs that you could get your hands on. And I would recommend it to anybody who is into sample-based synthesis, anybody who wants to develop their own VSTs. I would say I would steer people in that direction. And if you're just somebody who like enjoys a good rompler, again, Halion, its history, it was built by the same folks who did Hypersonic. So it can handle itself just like a Rompler, and it has great sounds. And if you're using it for that, at full price, Halion 6 is, sheesh, around the same price point, maybe a little bit more expensive, give or take 50 bucks, than Nexus. And you get more bang for buck because it'll give you access to more features. So there's that. So yeah, that's all I got for this video. Again, you know the drill. I appreciate you watching. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't like it. Either way, have a good day. Peace.